All right, let's crush today's pips, dude. So we got to put these dominoes in place. We got all these little clues. So an equal sign is oftentimes where I'll start because that tells me that every value in the orange has to be the same value. So we need 4 of the same number to appear in all 4 of these cells. We also know that the pink adds to 4. That's what all of the numbers mean, that they add to that number. So a greater than 2 means that this number has to be more than a 2. Less than 6 means these 4 need to add to less than 6. So all of those things that I said are kind of interesting. Greater than 2 isn't super helpful, but these single numbers, so all of these have to be 6s. Okay, so we have 4 6s in the puzzle, and we only have 4 6s on the dominoes that I can see. So that's definitely going to be useful. One of the 6s has to go here, and then has to coincide with something that goes in the orange. I'm seeing that we have a lot of 1s. I think we have 5 1s. We have 6 1s. So the orange could certainly be 1s. Is that the only thing we have at least 4 of? It's hard to count that. Okay, I see 4 blank dominoes as well. There's 4 zeros, so those could go here. But I think if the zeros went here, then the sum to 4 would probably have to all be 1s, which is probably kind of hard to do. Because if you don't have a 0 in the pink, then you're going to have to have the 0, at least 1 0 in there. Yeah, so I think a reasonable way to start these is trying to figure out what the possible values to put in orange are. And I think the only possible values are 1s or 0s. 6s would be possible, but we have a bunch of 6s. Every 6 has to go in, like, these sum 6s are single cells. So these are telling us that a 6 has to go in 4 different places. We only have 4 6s. So what I think that is telling me is that this domino, it has to be a 6, and then the other end of it has to be a 0 or a 1. So I think there are 4 possible orientations of that, unfortunately. Like, it could go like this, or I could put this vertically, and it could go like this. I think either of those are possible. I don't really see why it wouldn't work. Or it could be the 6-1, because there is a 6-1, and it would be the same thing. It could be vertical or horizontal. And there's so many 1s that I don't even have to put the double 1 in the orange if it is 1s that go in the orange. Like, no, that's not true. The double 1 would have to go in, because there's no way. There's going to have to be one domino that's entirely in the orange. So the double, I either need double 0 or double 1 to go in the orange. Okay, and there isn't a double 6. And I do have, the way these 6s are stacked on top of each other makes this kind of tricky, I would think. 3 of the 6s have to go over here. Oh, and this has to be greater than 2. Okay. And there's only 1 domino with a 6. Okay, so this 6-3 domino has to go in this spot. It either goes this way or it goes this way. That's the only possible. Okay, so that domino definitely goes in one of 2 spots. And the 3 absolutely goes in this green section. The 6-3 domino goes there. I don't even think it matters. Okay, so I think there are multiple answers for some of these. I don't think there's any way this matters. And let me try to explain why that is. Because I could put the 6-3 like this either way, but then whatever domino goes in the other spot, it doesn't matter. I'm having a hard time explaining this. Okay, so it's going to be the 6-2 domino probably. Because I think the 6-1 or 6-0 probably is going to go up here. But what I'm saying, so if this is the 6-2 domino, I could put it like this, or I could put it, I hate that I can't, I don't know, or I could put it like this. It doesn't matter. I changed the orientation of these 2 dominoes, and it's still the exact same thing. It doesn't affect anything else in the puzzle. So there's nothing restricting. I'm almost positive this is what it's going to be. So there must be. I was wondering to myself if these puzzles had multiple answers, if there's or if there's only one. But I think there probably are multiple answers. Hopefully, like the orange at least has to be either 1s or 0s. Otherwise, it's still fun to figure out, but I think it's just a better puzzle. It's like more of a pure puzzle if there's only one solution. And this kind of bums me out a little bit, but still a good game. Still a good game, but there are multiple possibilities, I think. But given the fact that I'm saying that, let's just kind of go for it and see if it works out. So if I say that these are 0s, then I could do this. I could do 0, 1 up here. I'm saying that all of these have to sum to 4. Yeah, and then the 6-1 could go here. So is there maybe there like there's like concrete logic. If there's only one solution, there's concrete logic that you can figure out. Otherwise, you're just kind of plugging in and hoping. And I don't really like that. I like games that are like you have to figure it out rather than just like start throwing stuff in and see if it works. It sort of bums me out if this is the case. So 3-1 I think probably goes here. This has to add to less than 6. Yeah. So I feel like I just kind of put dominoes in and it worked. I don't love that. But I mean, it's still a fun game. I'll continue playing it if people are enjoying watching me play it. But like Connections is a better game. I might get back to playing Connections. Maybe I'll just switch it up. Maybe I'll just do a random times game every day. But that's going to do it for today. There's a Pips for you. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.